Hi, this is Coach Jim Johnson, and I'm so thankful to Corey Mock and for inviting me to speak at the 2017 Great Plains Young Professional Summit. I had such a wonderful experience sharing my keynote, and I also want to thank the speakers, the sponsors, All True Health Systems, and the other wonderful sponsors. It was a wonderful conference, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to speak. In follow-up, I'd like to keep my mission in helping you become a more effective leader. So in the next video that you will see, I will share the 7 keys to being an outstanding leader, and you can take those tips with you everywhere you go. So keep being as best leader as you can, and I hope to work with you again. Thank you. Hi, this is Coach Jim Johnson. I want to pass on my 7 leadership tips to help you become a more effective leader. Now, why did I study leadership? Well, because in my first job as a varsity basketball coach at 25 years old, I got fired. And it was a very humbling experience. But then I realized to become a better coach, I had to become a better leader. And I've studied leadership extensively for over 3 decades. And after that very traumatic first season, I was able to turn it around and have over 400 wins in my career and 6 Section 5 championships. So I'm going to pass on these 7 keys to be an effective leader. The first key is clarifying your vision. What do I mean by that? That means, number 1, you have to know what you are all about, what you stand for. I call it the personal mission statement. So my challenge to you is that you've got to be clear about what your mission in life is. And this took me a while, and it's going to take you some time, but I highly recommend you start thinking about it, write it down, and be clear and live your personal mission. By the way, my personal mission is to be an outstanding role model that makes a positive difference in the world by helping others make their dreams come true. Once you are clear about your mission, then you have to get everyone on your team or organization to buy in to the overarching mission statement. And that you do by getting feedback by your other team members and getting everyone to buy in to what the mission is. And then more importantly, not just put it up on your wall or on t-shirts, but live it on a day-in, day basis, and make sure that as the leader that you're always sharing the vision where you want to go, because that's so important to starting effective leadership. Number 2 is you need to build trust in your organization. And that's a challenge because trust takes time. Here's my advice for you in building trust, and that is you have to build trust with integrity, living and doing the right thing on a consistent basis, and telling the truth. As the Bible says, the truth will set you free. It's really important that you base everything you do on the truth. And when you do that, then you start to build trust. The scary thing about trust is it takes time, and you can shatter that trust by making one really bad choice or decision. So make sure as a leader that you're consistently building that trust. Start by the truth, day in and day out, and be consistent as a leader and build that culture so if everybody feels good to come in and they can trust each other because you're telling each other the truth. Number 3 is what I call creating the edge. And one of the best ways I've found to create the edge as a leader is that you have to teach your team or organization how to be effective goal setters. And certainly you got to start with your team or organization goals. How do you do that? You got to get the key people together, try to get as many people together so that they're sharing ideas and everybody feels like they're able to give input on the goals for the team or organization. Once you have that in place, the second part is so important as a leader is you need to find out the individual goals of everyone in your team or organization. You need to meet with them, and they need to share what their individual goals are so you're clear And then you, as a leader, you've got to implement their goals into how you can help them and how they can help the organization or team have the team goals come to fruition. Very powerful concept. Number 4 is you need to be an effective communicator. For many people, that sounds like as a leader, you've got to be a better public speaker. And I believe that public speaking is a skill. So as a leader, you should make some time to study it and become better at it. But at the same time, I've seen effective leaders that are not great public speakers. And although I do believe it helps because it can help clarify the vision if you're a better public speaker, I believe you should strive to get better as a public speaker. But the most essential ingredient of effective communication is being a great listener. Are you listening to your people? Are you showing them that you care about them because you're interested in them? Do you know about their lives? Do you know about their goals and dreams? Do you know the good and the bad of what's happening in their life? And the only way you do that is become a listener. The old leadership by wandering around. You've got to walk around and learn about your people and get as much feedback and input as you possibly can. My 5th essential key is you must lead by example. And what I always share with my teams over my 30-something years as a coach is that you are always on stage, that people are always watching you. And as the leader, they're absolutely always watching you. So it's really important that you walk your talk and talk your walk. If you expect your players, in my case, to be on time, then you should always be on time. And if you can't be on time, be early. But it's really important that everything you do, you're being watched. And if you're not a great example, that's really going to hurt your leadership. How do you handle adversity? Do you handle it cool, calm, and collected? Or do you struggle? Did you lose your mind when adversity strikes? That's a very powerful concept. You got to lead by example, especially through the trying times. My 6th essential key is leaving a profit. And that's developing a leadership philosophy. Here's mine. Leaving a profit means to me everything that I touch, I want to turn to gold, not garbage. In other words, everything that I get involved with, I want to help make better and not worse. How do I do that? Well, the first thing you have to do as a leader is you have to have your own personal growth plan. You have to keep getting better. Are you continuing to feed your mind by reading, listening to CDs, going to conferences, finding different ways, talking to people that are experts in your field? Be the best you can be. It's so important in that philosophy. And then you've got to live it. If everything you touch, you want to turn to gold. I give the basketball illustration. When we used to go to other schools, I'd walk in the locker room first. And I always share with our players that we want to leave the locker room better than we found it. You know what I did? I would start picking up garbage. Now, I didn't drop that garbage on the floor, but I was leading by example, and I was showing the power of leaving a profit because I wanted to make things better and not worse. It's a great philosophy to adopt. What's your philosophy? Really powerful thing to think about. And the last one is be a servant leader. What does that mean? That means that you're putting the philosophy of we over me. You are always looking to grow and develop the people on your team or organization. Help them as many ways as you can. Help them become better. Encourage them to read books. Encourage them to go to conferences. Support it by using funds to get them involved in their own personal growth. Help them get better on a daily basis. That's what servant leadership is, that thought process of we over me, that I'm going to help things get better, and I'm going to think of my teammates, my team, my organization before me. That's what is so powerful about the servant leadership. And I'll close with this, is that the great late Martin Luther King said that we all can be great because service leads to greatness, and we all have the capability of serving. So take these 7 essential keys, make them part of your leadership style, add your own flavor, but really have an idea of how you're going to make things better and that you're going to do it on a daily basis. With these keys, I guarantee you will take your leadership level to a new height. Thank you.